The City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
What is good, everyone? It's your boy Bam and Tony. There's no Jeff this week because he's a bit busy doing something else, but we're filling in for him. We're stepping up to the plate and we're taking over the show. So this is going to be either one of the greatest shows of all time or one of the worst of all time. We'll see how we go. This episode is episode 349. We're calling it Weathering the Storm because that's what we've been doing lately. Weathering the storm and getting those points on the road that we need. Before we get underway, Tony, how are you going today?
I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, weathering the storm, those two, a somewhat hard win, easy win in Orlando, and then a hard tie with a, we'll just go to straight news. Congratulations, Kai Kamara, for tying Landon Donovan's record for second most all time. Like that's the most overall is, Wanda Lasky, but he has now officially tied. He's officially tied Donovan for second most overall in MLS and could be on track to hopefully break that record. I would like to do it in the Rose Bowl, but again, that's just me kind of jabbing at it. It would be nice to beat the record.
Against definitely 100%. We also look at it too, like Kai Kamara he's equaled Landon Donovan with second most goals. Although Lando did it in a lot quicker fashion than Kai Kamara's done it. He's still done it quite well, and Kai Kamara's done it over a span of 11 clubs. So at least he's been showing love to a lot more clubs out there, which is good to see. Now, as we mentioned before, we had a couple of tough wins. We had a really good win in Orlando. We'll go over that briefly, and then we'll follow up with the tough game recently against Austin. So in Orlando, as you all know, we went there. We showed up, they didn't, and we just took away the 3 points from a nice 3-1 win. Tony, you want to run through the goals for us on who scored?
Pretty much, it was a tough overall game. Like we were playing, we should have done more, but it was a really rough start. 34th minute, we did get a penalty call against us, and I always say the ball never lies, but Torres decided to shoot the penalty, miss it the complete like goal, and kept us 0-0. And not even about 10 minutes later, we get a penalty for Bouanga, as he always does, Mr. Almost Automatic. He has missed a couple, but scores it, putting us up 1-0 into the half. And then gets kind of crazy because then in the 69th minute, Ohea scores, making it 1-1, and then it doesn't get any better than, of course, Mr. Bogusz ends up scoring. He's been on this streak of like what we need and everything like that. And then, of course, to finish it out with a very traditional, very reminiscent of San Jose, Vela against San Jose, where he dribbles through the whole defense. Bong decides to kind of replicate that goal and scores the game-winning put-away goal against, or not game-winning, but just the put-away dagger goal against Orlando. And we come out with 3 points out of the House of Mouse, as Scarf would say. And we are still in second place and an opportunity to get into first or tie it. We're getting really close, but unfortunately that does not happen. But we do come away with points against Austin. Now, coming into Austin, it was going to be really rainy. You saw that on the field. You saw that the whole way. Pretty much in the 19th minute, Arbion ends up scoring, and we are playing catch up the whole rest of the way. Very chippy game. Very like they don't like us, we don't like them. It's hateful game. Again, I don't like any team from Texas. That's just my personal vendetta against them. If you know me, you know, but if you don't, I just hate Texas in general. Certain team more than others. But in the 90th minute in regular time, that's when Kai Kamara ends up scoring the tying goal to tie Landon Donovan to give us away with 1 point in Austin. Austin has fallen down since their second season, where they were trying to go in and beat us at home and end us winning the MLS Cup. But that ends up going in. We are 3 points away from first place with still a game in hand. And hopefully this continues when we move on to our next game, which we'll preview in a moment.
Oh yeah, 100%. You also get too is we'll go back to the Austin game and all that. What do you think of the lineup? We started with Ordaz starting up the top there, Dwayne starting in the midfield. The lineup that we had out there, what did you think of it?
Well, it made sense, because again, Kai Kamara is a better starter than Ordaz, but Kai Kamara just started against Orlando with a quick rest. Again, very elder statesman in football world, against not in real life. Like, you're still pretty young. Let's just be honest. Like, you're not that old, but in football terms, you're a very elder statesman, and he couldn't just run it back and stuff like that. So giving Ordaz is the right move to do, because we got to see where he is going to do. But so it was the right move. Again, I don't think it was just Ordaz just needs to clean up, because he did have an opportunity with, again, the lack of touch, and ends up hitting the knee and could have ended up putting a goal away for ourselves. But unfortunately, bad trap, bad knee into the goalie.
Yeah, 100%. You look at it too, is like Dwayne played the first half, and Ilya came on for him at halftime. Kai Kamara came on at 57th minute for Ordaz. Hollingheads came on at 60 minutes for Campos. Then you had Anhill come on for Artwest in the 80th minute. I thought that was an interesting one, because that obviously meant that Bogusz went back to the midfield. And then at the end there, you had to waste time, because that's what we all like doing, wasting time. 94th minute had Murillo on for Segura. To me, they were well thought out, well spread out substitutions. I thought that was some of the best subs we've had in a long time, with the timing of it and all that too. So for me, it was one of the things where conditions were poor. Getting away from Austin with a point in those poor conditions, to me, is almost a win. You look at it and going, we let it go in early. They kept fighting, we kept fighting, and it just showed to me that we're a team that will never stop fighting to try and go after the point.
It's true. Like I said, it should have been like that, but it was a rough start, and now we're 9 games undefeated. 8 games in league, 9 games in overall. So it's good. Again, back in second place, back with opportunity to get home field advantage into the Western Conference Finals. Supporter Shield is another question we'll see moving forward, but let's focus on just getting the top of the West and then move on forward with that.
100%. Like, look at the ladder right now. We're a game in hand, 3 points behind RSL in the West.
Exactly.
They've got the goal difference. We'll go above them because we have the more wins than they do, which I don't understand why they do that, and why Australia started doing that too in the A-League, but whatever. And then you look at it, yep, Australia's following you guys. Then you look at it as well, where 5 points behind Cincinnati, who's in second place in the Supporter Shield. We're fourth in Supporter Shield. Same amount of games with Cincinnati, so they've got to drop some points. We've got to win to them. We're 2 games in hand behind Inter Messi, who's 7 points ahead of us at the moment.
Yeah, which again, I don't know how Miami took points away from a 9 squad team on the field at the moment. And so, what was it, Philly who lost this? If I remember right? Yep. Philly lost it with 9 players with 9 players on Miami and no Messi on the field. So it was very odd. Again, kudos to Miami to see that they can win a game without Messi and keep pushing forward, but it's going to be tough. Again, it's still a long season. We're into finally summer, so we'll see what the summer season goes, and then we'll see how everyone comes back from Copas, Euros, and then goes into League Cup, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Oh, 100%. You look at it too, is even Miami's got a big game tomorrow against Nashville. So I think that is in Nashville. So hopefully Nashville can do all of us a favor and start beating Miami, which would be great to see, because Miami's missing a lot of players. So now it's a perfect time to get those points off them and start knocking them down the table, take away the home field advantage and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Do you want to go to
Go for it.
LAFC? Let's go into LAFC 2. So with LAFC 2 news, the boys had a bye week this past weekend, so nothing to report there. Congratulations. We got a win and a loss at the same time, or a tie, whichever you want to do it, whichever you want to prefer with it. But LAFC 2 will be at home hosting the Town FC, formerly known as the Quakes 2, this Sunday, June 23rd at Titan Stadium, 7 p.m. kickoff. This match, if you guys can't make it down there, will be shown on MLSNextPro.com. We always have to say which one is showing because sometimes they'll show it on the Apple TV rights, and sometimes they'll show it for sure on the website. So just to make sure, that's where you can catch it.
100%. And obviously, like if you are available, go out to the game. You know, it's a home game for us at Titan Stadium, 7:00 kickoff. If you get out there, go for it. From everything I've heard, it's always fun out there. You might see a couple of players out there. You might get to see a couple of coaches out there that are out there looking at these kids, see how they go. A lot of the front of how the FO people are there. So yeah. So go out there, have some fun, go support them. You gotta remember these kids are the future for the club or the future for the league. Or you never know, in 10 years' time, you could say, I saw that kid score a goal down the road from me who's scoring goals in the Champions League final. You never know where these kids can go. So always get down there, always support the kids. That's one of the big things that we can do. Now moving on. Tony, is there any club and community news that's going on at the moment?
Club and community news at the moment, nothing besides the, tailgates that are going on moving forward. After that, we just, if you already got your shirt for that 3252 drop that with a They Not Like Us shirt, then, cop that. I believe pre-orders are done for that for the moment. So if you want to be able to get it, unfortunately they can. Maybe you can find one if they are still selling them somewhere in the not the stadium, outside the tailgate, and you can get your hands on it. But that's about it for them. So tailgates, of course, 10 a.m. That one I want to explain is also be hydrated, and I mean by water because it's gonna be a hot one. Again, back into summer. You know how it gets those nights, the summer days, it gets really long, really hot, and dehydration's a thing. So just, drink a lot of water. And hopefully the tailgates goes well, and then get into the game. After that, let's just go into comments because Mendoza has a couple been blowing up this chat for a while.
Yeah, we'll go into the comments. We got Ox giving us a Padnet, yo, what's going on? Mendo, what's up, Bam and Tony, aka Jeff Hardy. Come on. Jeff Hardy is a wannabe Tony. Let's be honest here.
I guess, yeah. Still like watching.
Mendo again, very rare we concede first, but grabbing a tie away will take that point. Definitely after conceding first, taking a point away is great. I'll happily take that, especially with how poor the conditions were while we're over there. Did you guys see the VAR referee was a young Lemon Yamal looking kid? No one of VAR was not utilized in Austin. I just thought because of all the rain, they lost the power to it because they do that. The VAR in that one room for all the games these days. So I thought they just lost power. That's why I never used it.
Lost connection. Whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter.
I'm definitely not, but Tony, you got any plans to head back to Columbus for MLS All-Star game?
I have no plans of going back to Columbus for the All-Star game. The only time I'll ever go back to Columbus is for the MLS Cup final, if it's held there again this year, but no plans for no plans to go there. We'll see if our Midwest correspondent will be able to get in. We're able to go. No, as I say, Araceli. But again, she's very busy with MLS Next Pro. Busy lady with that side. So she's always watching multiple games and also catching the highlights or catching little glimpses of LAFC. So maybe she's going. We'll see. We'll catch her on the next episode to see. Well, and you can ask her again.
Yeah, 100%. For me, is any All-Star game can go in the bin. I think there's no need for them. It's trash. It's you're sending players that could risk getting injured by just a bad turn on the pitch, which can ruin their season. And so for me, All-Star games can go in the bin. They are absolutely trash.
It's the American way, though. That's why we have the All-Star games. People want to see the quote-unquote best of the best in one game. Again, fan voting, so sometimes can get manipulated, but usually the best of the best plays, and it's a good moneymaker. It's a good showcase for the league. It's fun times, but it's an American thing.
Yeah, any Mendo's like Columbus and summer still not going? Of course not. We've had at the moment the only reason why, as Tony said, we'll go back to Columbus is for MLS Cup final because we want to get revenge in that final way.
Yeah, but summer in the Midwest is very humid and very hot. So again, still not going.
And Mendo's really should be east or west, but I like that either way. Like same here, it's really no point for him. The way I look at it is if you want to, like for me, it's you're playing against like the Mexican All Stars. That's a little bit better. It was like the MLS All Stars versus Arsenal versus Manchester United. It's like that they're just going to play their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what's the point of those games? Really, not really getting much out of it.
Yeah, but it's like again, it was like more of like. Again, it was when the MLS started going against European teams. This was a chance for wherever it was held, for that side of wherever it's held. Like no name places. Chicago actually has. Let's say like Kansas City, or Colorado, where teams like the Manchesters, the Real Madrids, Arsenals, et cetera, wouldn't go during their summer tours. You know what I mean? They want the big market. So Los Angeles, Texas, California, Texas, the pretty much most of the East Coast would get this. Like this year, speaking of Columbus is getting Aston Villa. So my friend who's a Villains fan, he's like contemplating going there just to see that, but it's stuff like that where you don't get to see it. So it made sense at the time when MLS Cup was a thing, but nowadays it's just more of the same thing as the NBA game is like, it's just posterity. No one takes it serious. No one takes it serious. There's no ramifications if you win or lose. It's just a fun game to have. But again, this is the thing. This is the culture in America. All-Star games, have one, go for it, and then go back to the season. Can't hear you, Bam.
Yep,
there you go.
There we go. All right, so we'll move on to the Black Girl Wine Club minute. Tony, I'm gonna throw this to you again. You got two songs that you were saying were stuck in your head earlier. You want to pick one of them, or you want to go with something different?
Let's go with something different. San Jose, but again, because the other two I could use for a different date for another one. But I think for this one we're playing in San Jose and they're Los Angeles. It's Summer Dog. Actually, you know what? It's summer. First day of summer. Let's do the summer. Was it Summer Days of whatever the Lana Ray song was? I forgot. It was like the one that was playing at the ending of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I do not remember at this moment. I'm sorry, guys.
Summertime Sadness?
No, it's not the Summertime Sadness one. No, it's not. Oh, it's not. It's not Lana Del Rey. It's Florence and the Machine, I think, if it was. All right. That one. Summertime Sadness. That's a different one. Like that song. Not that one. That's why I said Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It was at the ending. I think it was that one. I don't know. We'll go Summertime Sadness since you just put that one out there.
Yeah.
But
so it's going to be Summertime Sadness for San Jose.
Sure. Okay. We'll see. It makes sense since they're the last team to beat us after we go on this 9-game winning streak in Levi Stadium. So yeah.
Let's do that. Let's go on the Lana Del Rey Summertime Sadness. That will do. We'll do that for this time. And as we're talking about San Jose, let's get into the up and coming game. San Jose is coming into this with 7 games without a win. They've had 1 draw, 3 losses. The last win came back May 11th with a 3-2 win away to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, they've had a 4-2 loss away to Portland, 1-0 loss away to Orlando. They lost 4-3 to Sacramento Republic in the Open Cup. They had a 1-1 draw at home to Austin, they got smacked 5-1 by New York City in New York.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 4-2 to San Jose, and the last game was a 2-1 loss at home to Portland. So they've had a bit of a losing streak. We've been on a winning streak. They're coming back to BMO Stadium. Tony, what do we have to do to make sure that we keep our winning streak alive?
To be honest, the keys for that and like everything to keep winning is just play the same way we've been playing, like aggressive with the flow. Again, against Orlando was the first time back since the international break. And it's hometown cooking back in home. So it's just continuing this momentum that we've kind of rebuilt back up from the break and continuing winning, Bouanga needs to just be able to spread the field, as well as Bogus has been the ultimate threat. Just keep playing the way he's been playing, opening the field, allowing Bouanga to play the way he needs to play, passes. Tillman, of course, is another one that needs to step up. He's a player that I would like to watch and see if he can continue progressing better. Again, I say that because there are some games where it's his mistakes, his lack of efficiency with his passes kind of don't help us out. And when he's on, it helps the front and the midfield. Again, Ilie is going to do Ilie things. Atuesta needs to, of course, keep his head on his shoulders. Yes, there's a fight, but in him, and I love that. But again, we need him on the field and distributing as well as he can. Defensive wise, of course, there's always questions going to be like with that. Our center is going to be the more of the question of what is going to happen there. What do you think is going to happen there? That's the question I would have to say with you.
For me, it's like in the midfield, what are we going to do? I think we're going to start with our strongest one. So obviously Atuesta, Tillman, and Ilie, that's going to be there. Our centre backs is where I think it's going to be interesting to see what we do. I reckon, because going by the player availability report that got updated today, at the moment, obviously, Mueller and Chanot are questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Oliveira is over international duty, and Lorenzo's out and has just been out for the whole year.
Yeah, of course.
So for me, for the centre back, I reckon we're going to go Long and Segura. Keep it the same as last one to begin with. I can see after Palencia's game last week, I think he'll start again. And I'm going to put Hollingshead to start over Campos.
I think Campos starts, to be honest. I agree with most of what you're saying, but it's I think Campos starts as it just because again, Ryan Hollingshead is still run, but I feel like with San Jose, it's and at home, and the rest, I think Campos gets the start, unless he's still injured or questionable, which I don't think I've seen anything in the past weekend. I think and everything like that. Yeah. Well rested, I would just use the speed because they play similarly. Put Hollingshead as more of the backup of when he needs to come in and give Campos some rest, or have Palencia come out when he needs the rest as well. Use that utility player that we have as Hollingshead is. But I don't know. I don't want to overburn Hollingshead, especially with this just stretch that we just had. And again, home cooking, fine, everything, but there's still a long season. Again, still have to go through. We're still in the U.S. Open Cup. Need him for that. Leagues Cup as well. And
yep.
I don't see anything else more to it because, again, we don't have the depth in the back at the moment if someone else gets injured.
Yeah. So I reckon with Chanot being questionable, he's not going to start. That's why I've got Segura and Long starting together. They didn't do too bad last time, but I reckon if we do need it, Chanot might play maybe the last 10, 15 minutes, but I reckon there's no point risking him more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have in
your
midfield?
Midfield. I'm just gonna go with the tried and true. I know I wouldn't go back and forth of like trying to figure it out, but it's like we can make arguments for anyone to start. But again, the tried and true one is going to be, I would say Atuesta, Tillman, and Sanchez. Again, Sanchez is the captain, is the leader on the group. Tillman can distribute it really well. It's difficult. And then, of course, but you can, again, this is why I said if we had our full starting, you can kind of bring back Bogus and see how that works out more, lead up into Giroud. But because of the international duties of some of our players, Bogus has to go up front. So, like I said, Tillman, Sanchez, Atuesta.
Yep, same here. So we've got Bogus up front, Bonga up front. Who's going to be up there with them? Is it going to be Ordaz? Is it going to be Kai Kamara? Or is you're going to throw a curveball and start with Anhil?
As much as I don't want to overlook San Jose, again, Kai came in the other game, in the Austin rain game, but still needs to get rest. So Ordaz didn't look good. I kind of want to see what Angel does, just to see where he's at. This is a perfect opportunity. Not overlooking San Jose, because again, they were the last team to beat us after this winning streak. But I want to see where Angel is. I would say Mueller, but okay, Mueller is of course injured at the moment, questionable if I remember right.
Yep.
So I would have done that. Again, it's a toss up. You can even like kind of change up the lineup a little bit and put in a Duenas up there or bring him back to put Bogus back into the midfield or something like that. But the tried, I think it'd be Bouanga, of course. Angel and those are
Bogus.
By Bogus.
Yeah, I can see that too. Like to me, I reckon Kai Kamara did well coming off the bench, scored the goal. I think Angel deserves to get a start, see how he goes. At halftime, you can sub him out. Kai Kamara is that perfect one to come in off the bench. He's got those. He can't run a long time, but he can run for that last 30, 35 minutes of the game type thing. And he'll give it all. I can't see him running out a full 90 minutes anymore. And that's just unfortunately what happens when you get older that way. So to me, I agree with you. I'd like to see Angel get a start, but Bouanga, Bogus definitely starting up front.
Mm-hmm. Looking
at San Jose, obviously Espinosa's got to be careful of him. He'll most likely start. Pellegrino's been the top goal scorer with 5. Ibobisi's got 4. Espinosa's got 3. They do have a few injuries. So you got Akapo out, Daniel out, Ricketts, Wilson out, Markonovsky's out. They're all out injured. And you got Carlos Guinness, who's out on international duty. So for me, looking at San Jose, their lineup will be probably a bit harder to define on who will actually start for them because, as I said, they got a few injuries. But this Espinosa will start. Ibobisi will start. He likes scoring against us. Yule will start. Lopez should start, and Pellegrino should start. So for me, we really got to start knocking out those guys, making sure that that we keep on top of them, and our defense is tight because they can hurt us. They like to hurt us. Playing against us for them is their cup final. They always bring it against us. So for me, our defense has to really be on point. That's for sure. Anything you want to add about that game?
Nothing more. Just like again, it's just going to be like a broken record, repeating the same things. But just a consistent from Bouanga, Bogus, and Tillman, and we could probably see another continue on the streak of going to 10. Hopefully, taking away 3 points. A tie is not the worst thing at the moment right now. It points our points, but at home, I feel we can always take 3 points away, especially against San Jose. Again, revenge game. They're going to come up and get ready for this because again, we have a couple games coming up that are very important. So let's keep the momentum going up until then, and show them why we are still always predicted to win the MLS Cup year after year, no matter what, except for that 1 year, of course, where we were kind of not the greatest team at the world moment. But let's show them that we can still keep doing this and move forward from hopefully get 10 wins or 10 consecutive unbeaten streak. But that's about it for me for this game.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we got Mendo's got a couple more comments in there.
Mhm.
Where are we? Here we go. Yeah, bottom of the table opponent. He'll like to see Kais as a starter, but coming off the bench on Wednesday was able to hit the back of the net. Exactly. To me, I don't see him starting that much. I'd rather give one of the kids a start, see how they go. Kai's got that knowledge in there that he can play a tough 45 minutes. He can run a full 45 minutes, and he can score in that last 45 minutes. So for me, he can come off the bench is the better option. As you said, San Jose is bottom of the table. They've had 3 wins this whole season, 2 draws, 13 losses. One of those wins was against us. Let's keep them on 3 wins. Let's not let no one go. Also mentioned Shannon held his hamstring a bit. Exactly, he's out. Is questionable with the hamstring. I wouldn't risk him with it. Also wants to know, do we remember the last time we scored a header from across outside the box? I can't.
Not at the moment. I have some memories of I think Tristan has done some, but I remember Zimmerman, of course, was notorious for that, but I don't really remember the last time we scored outside the box again. Again, most of the time, if you remember, most of our forwards have been not the tallest players or know how to put the ball in net with their head in the back. But yeah, those are the only ones I remember last. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
What do you
I couldn't remember the last time we scored from a header from outside the box. I do have to say, though, I'm happy with us to keep shooting from outside the box. We have had some bangers this year from goals scored outside the box. So if they stay off you as an attacker, go for it. It's one of the best things we can do. Worst case scenario, it's a goal kick. Best case scenario, we score absolute screamers that we know we can do for the whole season. So we'll keep that up, keep it all going. Going on that, it's a fairly quick episode this week. We want to get this done and dusted so you guys can have a quick listen on the drive into the game tomorrow.
What time?
Tony, final. The game tomorrow is. Do you want Australian time or do you want LA time?
Let's do Australian time to make people work for what time it is going to be at.
Tomorrow is a 12:30 p.m. lunchtime kickoff on Sunday for me.
So you'll be having lunch while we'll be at 7:30. If I remember the right, is the game 7:30, 7 o'clock? We'll be at
7:30.
Yep.
No, it's So 7:30 kickoff for you guys on a Saturday evening. For me, it's a lunchtime Sunday kickoff, so it's perfect. I can sit there, have that, and then that will lead into the Sunday afternoon AFL, so that's perfect.
Tony, does that coincide with your Copa America Euros watching parties?
So for me at the moment, Euros is horrendous to watch. The first game's 11 p.m. kickoff, so I'm asleep for that. Okay. Second game's a 2 a.m. kickoff. I'm asleep for that.
All right.
Third game's a 5 a.m. kickoff. I'm driving to work at 5 a.m. in the morning, so that's not too bad. Copa America's, today was we'll go tomorrow because there's 2 games tomorrow. Got an 8 a.m. kickoff and 11 p.m. kickoff. So I'll go from 11 a.m. kickoff. Sorry, so I'll go from the Ecuador-Venezuela game into the Mexico-Jamaica game. I'll leave that early because Jamaica's going to be 3-0 up. Swap over to the LAFC game, and then I'll watch the LAFC game and keep an eye on the Mexico-Jamaica game near the end there. What are you going to do for the Mexico-Jamaica game?
I'll be at the game. I'll be trying to set up and get ready for the game for that. I'll watch highlights or try to rewatch it, but can't really do anything about it because I have to focus on my club instead of my country.
Yeah. What's the bet? There's going to be at least 2 TVs in the tailgate showing the games.
Oh, 100%. I don't see why not. Like, I would. Like, the tailgates, it's going to be an early one. It's a summertime, so there's going to be more people out. Again, drink a lot of water, have some fun. It's wonder what the match of the merchandise is always going to be, like, since they always release one for that game. So I'm always curious to see what's the release going to be.
100%.
But, actually, before we wrapped it up, so have you seen the leaks for the New Jersey one that they finally released? And then a certain person was able to get their hands on the new shoes, and that person will probably tell us about it, or I can talk to them about it and see how they feel and everything like that. But the new shoes, which have been leaked, that most people have seen, look really great. I'm probably going to cop a pair. Yeah. They're not North End friendly. I'm going to say that right now. They are maybe stadium friendly ish. Still questionable on that one because, again, you can scuff it up or whatever. And then, of course, most people have already saw the anthem jacket for that, which Will Ferrell wore at the premiere of Despicable Me. So that should be fun. So you have almost a full outfit. We just are missing track pants and socks.
Yep. Or if you want some short shorts for summertime.
Hat boy pants. Let's go. I'm down.
Yep. Definitely. Go show those legs off. Go show those legs off in the summer.
Yeah, my white legs. Again, I may be top brown, but I love wearing jeans and because of skating and everything like that. Oh yeah. While most of the people listen to this, not in Australia, but here, happy National Skateboarding Happy Go Skateboarding Day. Again, skaters for me. Of course, it was fun to do that. As yesterday was the summer solstice, but yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see my white legs out until I tan them a little bit.
Yeah, and that's why we need this short LAFC shorts so we can go out and we can tan them during the summertime.
There are LAFC short shorts. I have them. They were season 2, but I only wear them to the beach.
We need more of them, that's for sure.
Okay.
All right, going that. Tony, final thoughts leading into this weekend. What do you got?
Final thoughts is, have fun, drink a lot of water. That's going to be the thing. Instead of saying just, drink, responsibly, drink a lot of water. It's going to be a hot one. So make sure you're hydrated the whole time. Drink, if you're going to drink both, and, keep really hydrated. Bathroom lines are going to be a mother effer because of all the alcohol and consumption that you've been drinking. So just make sure, it will be a fun game. Again, get there early if you can. Everyone will be tailgating at 10 a.m. Some people will there be early. And, have a fun time. Be responsible. And remember, chanting full 90, no phones in the North End. And, be respectful to the person next to you and follow the rules.
100%. Going on with that too, drink responsibly. If you are going to drink this weekend at the game, for every beer, have 1 glass of water. For every alcohol, have 1 glass of water. Try and keep it like that way. Remember, it's going to be a long day. You'll be watching multiple football games. You'll be having fun. You don't want to be that guy that's being passed out in the North End or anywhere else in there. You don't want to be that guy, because if you are that guy, that's all you're going to be remembered for, is you are that guy. Also, with all the football going on too, reach out to your mates, get them down, go watch a Euros game, go watch a Copa Americas game, go watch MLS together, take them to an LAFC 2 game. Just remember, conversations with your friends can save a life. Mental health is important, and that's what I'll keep harping on about. Just a quick message, hey, what's up? How's life treating you? Are you okay? That's what you got to do, and your friends will reach out to you, and you can reach out to your friends that way too. If any time you want to have a chat, you remember, I'm in a completely different time zone to you guys. Message me at 2 a.m. your time. Afternoon for me. I'm happy to chat with you. We'll message each other and make sure that we're all okay. That's all the biggest main things. Thank you for everyone that's joined us for this episode. It's a nice, quick, short one. This is what we like to do. Tony, final words?
Stay golden, Los Angeles.
And from me and Joseph, I'll pass on for him. Stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.